Serious questions being raised the day after Vice President Pence said the administration will ask Congress for $8 billion to create a new military unit, the Space Force. The biggest question, how in the world is the United States going to pay for it? Last night on Making Money, retired astronaut Scott Kelly said the plan left him scratching his head.
I have not had anyone say that this is a practical use of $8 billion, at least to me. So I have not come across anyone that has taken this very seriously and think it's something that is, a necessary part of our defense strategy.
Joining me now to discuss this is California Representative Dana Rohrabacher, a member of the Science, Space and Technology Committee as well as the Foreign Affairs Committee. That seems to be the criticism we're hearing right now, which is it's a lot of money to create something that the military really doesn't want. Any response to that?
Well, that's the same sort of arguments that we're using. Don't spend any money for an insurance policy. If you spend money for an insurance policy, that's a total waste, right? No. Insurance policies are good, and especially if we have this insurance policy, which is an actual organization that is set up specifically to protect our space-based assets, which are essential to our national security and essential to our prosperity. We need to protect those assets. The president is absolutely right. Let's have an independent force, like we have the Coast Guard, not part of the Navy, but the Coast Guard protects our shoreline. Let's have a specific force that will protect those assets that we need to make sure we're safe and prosperous.
But why not have the Air Force or the units within or the departments within the Department of Defense take up that role? They did in the past. I mean, I know we disbanded, as Kelly was telling us, command, Space Command, but why not do that? Wouldn't it save money?
Well,
and
why should we have why should we have any of the branches? Why not just have the Department of Defense and frankly, no Navy Department, no Air Force, no Army, no Marines? No, we need somebody now. We have reached a point in our civilization where if we lose certain satellites, we're doomed. We lose certain satellites, we're vulnerable. And not only that, not only in terms of an enemy coming in with cyber attacks that these people will help us defend against, but what about, and I happen to believe probably what will end up with this new Space Force as a responsibility, what about an asteroid that's headed toward the Earth? For 10 years, I've been trying to beg people, we need a system in place in case we spot something that could cost millions of lives or maybe even destroy the planet if we don't know how to deflect it soon enough.
Well, the Department of Energy,
this force could do that.
Okay, so the Department of Energy, maintains the nuclear stockpile. The Air Force, I believe, has the missiles to deal with the situation you've just described. But what I'm getting at, in the past, the Air Force was, as Captain Kelly explained to us last night, these issues that you are concerned about and other Americans are concerned about were handled by existing departments. And now what we're talking about is creating a new department. But isn't it more efficient to do it when we already have people and perhaps systems in place that can do it and can do it as well, but perhaps for less money?
No, because they have other responsibilities. Why do you have an Air Force? It used to be the Army Air Corps. People realized we'd reached a point in technology that we needed a specific area in our defense system that was focused on the airplanes and Air Force. It used to be Army Air Corps. No, we don't need to put it right into the bureaucratic structure that we have. We have a challenge today that they didn't have 50 years ago. Our space-based assets are essential to our security. They're essential to our prosperity. We need to have people focused on the threats, whether they're cyber or elsewise, to that, natural threats, for meteorites that could come in and knock out our systems. But also, as I say, we need a global defense, and we need a specific unit that has responsibility rather than having the Air Force go back and be part of the Army Air Corps. No, or having the Coast Guard as part of the U.S. Navy. It helps to have a specific unit with specific responsibilities, especially dealing with space-based threats.